What's going on, good people? Come on in the room. Happy Thursday to you. We're going to talk about love today. Let me invite a few people. Come on in if you can. I know it's a late day today, but we're going to get it in anyway, okay? I'm just trying to be consistent. I had a super busy day yesterday, so I did not get on like I wanted to, but I'm here now. I had a super busy day today, but I am on. Sleepy is I don't know what, but I would like to be consistent and talk about love. With Valentine's Day coming up. What up, Ricky? Special day coming up, but this ain't in regards to Valentine's Day.
Develop more and more feelings for that person.
Yeah.
And so that's why you look at that brown sugar and everything. It's like they grew up together, and then they created that bond.
Right.
And so that's how it's like that love and everything was stronger than ever. It wasn't just a physical attraction; it was everything.
Yeah. That's what's up. There you go. Okay, I get that. Yeah, and what I really like about that movie is they built their relationship on a friendship. Something they have common with. So I think it's really good to fall in love with somebody that you have something in common with, because I think that would just make your bond stronger, because you'll learn through it all. You'll experience it on different levels through it all. So I think that's a beautiful thing, and that's one of the reasons why I like that movie or love that movie, because I desire to have a strong friendship, and for my spouse to be my best friend first and foremost, because if it doesn't work out, then I at least want us to still be able to be friends, even though at that point some people do have to take a break, so that those lines aren't blurry of we're together, we're not together, you know what I'm saying? So but yeah, I definitely will want my partner to be my best friend. Oh, yeah. Mark, what's your thoughts on my question? And thanks for hopping on.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, I kind of agree. Like, it starts from the heart. I mean, the more time you spend with somebody, you know, you, the more you build a bond with that person.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally the bond gets stronger. The more time
Yeah.
you spend, you find, and then learn about each other. So it comes from the heart, but the mind like kind of guides the heart. Because if you just do everything from your heart, then it gets you into trouble. So you always have to be, you always have to use your mind too to kind of guide the heart.
Yeah. So you say your heart first and then your mind? Did I hear you correctly?
Yeah, heart first, but then your mind has to, be the guy that guidance.
Okay.
That's how what I've learned now.
Okay. Is that from experience, or that's just how you
From
view
experience.
things now?
From
Okay.
experience. If you let your
Gotcha.
heart, I learned when you let your heart do all the decision making, then that leads into a train wreck.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for sharing. My quick thought about it is, I think you love with your mind first, because your mind is a part of your soul, and your soul is part of three components, which is your mind, will, and emotions. You're willing to love someone, you're willing to spend time with them, you're willing to do things for them. That's part of your soul, which is your mind. And then the mind is the other part. They vacate space in your mind. You're thinking about them. Every time you see something, you want to do something with them. And then emotions is you're learning and gaining emotions for this person. So for me, for me personally, I think it's your mind that loves a person first. And then once those things get deeper on different levels, then your heart loves them. And I say that because if you love somebody just with your mind, I think it's a little bit easier to get that person out of your mind, because you can occupy yourself, you can forgive them, you can work hard, you can get somebody else. But if you love someone with your heart, either they're going to remain there, or it's going to be harder to get them out of your heart, because that's more on a deeper core or a deeper level. That's just my opinion. So I think it's mind and heart. But I still think it's both. I don't think it's one or the other. I think it's both. Hold on. Got somebody trying to come in. Okay. So the second question I have is, what has been your experience with love? What has been your experience with love? What's up, Ken?
What's up, people? How y'all doing?
Hey.
All right, we got three fellas. Woo, I'm loving this. Give y'all a round of applause. Thank y'all fellas for coming on. That's what's up. Okay, so the question I just got done asking everybody is, do you love with your mind first, or do you love with your heart first?
Okay. I would say, is it me to answer too?
Yeah,
Okay.
Ricky and Mark already answered, so.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I would say definitely a mind thing for me. I would start there, and eventually it'll be with my heart. But I would say you start to love somebody with your mind, because literally it's a decision. I mean, the things that you go through, the emotions that you feel is all going to start from the mind, in my aspect, and then eventually you will feel it in your heart, the emotions for that person. And that's kind of how I feel. So, because usually, like I also say, a person could do one thing and now you don't like them,
right,
but that's all in the moment.
Okay.
So that's how I would make that judgment, yeah.
And then as far as the heart?
Well, is my heart will follow after my mind is telling me, okay, I really, have a feeling for this person. I really, am growing emotions for this person, and now I'm feeling it in my heart. I mean, when I'm away from that person, my heart is hurting. When I see that person, my heart's full of joy. Those type of things. You start getting those emotions after your mind has made that decision. This is the person that you have unconditional feelings for.
Yeah.
So
That's good. I appreciate you jumping on.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks for answering that question. The next question I had asked is, what is your experience with love? What has been your experience with love?
Ooh. Experience with love.
Come on, jump on in.
let me. Well, I'll say I have a lot of different experience. So
Okay.
for love, I'll say I've only been in 3 committed relationships that are actually relationships versus other women that, as I call it, hit it and quit it. So for me myself, the people that I have actually loved, is been that, we going through things where, they're for the good, the bad, but then, obviously it didn't work because obviously they wasn't there for something. But yeah, so I mean, that's kind of my experiences. I don't know if that also is the reason, why I couldn't find love, is because, not actually, how I said, being able to realize the real commitment. And that's, that's where I had to work on myself. And it's like, forget it. I work on myself, and now my morals and values are a lot different than what they used to be. Now I look for a different set of how I said qualities in the lady before I say, oh yeah, we moving on. So yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, Ricky. Thanks for sharing, Kenneth.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, well, love is hard. It's like,
You said love is hard.
yes, it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
It's,
That has been your experience. That love has been hard.
it's like it's not hard. It's just it's challenging and everything to really keep that going. And so just got out of was that 14-year relationship, and it's just like sometimes it's like you don't really know how much you love somebody until they're gone. And so it's hard. So sometimes like a lot of males don't know how to show that love to that person until it's too late.
Sorry, I'd like to subscribe. My mom really appreciate it.
What'd you say?
Thank you.
I'd like to subscribe.
All right, we got you.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that for sure. Thank you.
Like and subscribe right
for the
now.
plug.
Hit that button.
I need y'all to go to
I'm playing with
YouTube
us.
right now. Rika Styles, like and subscribe my YouTube channel. I need 50 people to go live. So I need 23 more people to go live. Y'all come on, support me. I got over 3,000 friends on Facebook. Come on. I need 23 of y'all.
You
Anyway,
gotta
my
share
bad.
this link and everything. So we gotta stop playing.
Yeah,
Share
I
the
will.
link. But it's just like love is just that. It's kind of it's like it's there because when it's there, it's like you just feel it. You know it. Is that it hurts not being around that person.
Yeah.
It's like so yeah.
So your
But
experience with love has been hard because of just how things went
how
about
things turned
in
out
your,
and
in your
everything.
previous relationship. Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
but now,
how does that allow you to move forward to accept and be open to love again?
to be
What's up,
open is
Jermaine?
like
What's going
for right
on,
now,
everybody?
it's like this. You got to be able to love yourself and everything, and knowing what you truly want out of a relationship. And so you got to know your goals, what you want to see out of that person, and then once everything matches up, and then is that love is going to be even stronger. And so, but the first thing you got
So
to
you're
work
open
on
to love?
yourself. Yep.
So are you open to love?
Yes.
Are you open to love? You're ready to love?
Ready to love and everything. Just waiting on that right one to come along.
Gotcha. There you go. And in the meantime, while you're waiting for that right one to come along, what are you doing to prepare yourself?
What I'm doing to prepare myself is, studying, learning different things, just trying to figure out what do I really want out of a relationship.
That's good.
And so, you got to believe in God. God's got to come first, because if he's not there, then it's like she ain't going to be there.
Right. That's good.
Just over like understanding your own goals and objectives and just going from there. And then understanding what kind of love do you want to receive? Because it's like, what are the 5 love languages? Because most males, I want to be touched. Some people want to be like, I want gifts. Some people I want words of affirmation. So understanding your own love language and then understanding what her love language is.
Right. That's good. I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of people don't know what their love languages is. And I know there's 5 and there are like top 2, but baby, I want all 5. Okay.
All
I don't
5.
I want all 5. I will have all 5 in my relationship.
Gentlemen, if you haven't took the quiz, find out like what are my love language. It's a quiz, and you can it takes about a good 20 minutes, but it'll tell you exactly what your love language is in what order, 1 through 5.
Yeah. If you're not
Let them know
speaking,
you
can you
gotta
put
be
your phone
truthful.
on mute?
You gotta
So
be truthful on those answers.
If you're not speaking, can you put your phone on mute just for the background noise? I do want to help people take the test, because how some people take the test is they take it as how they show their love, and that's not the right way how to take the test. How you take the test is how you receive love. How do you know someone loves you? That's how you take the test. So just to give people that understanding. Kenneth, I want to ask you that question. What are you doing for yourself to prepare for that one, for your mate? And then Jermaine, I'll ask you the same question. Thank you, Rose. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I think we lost Kenneth. Jermaine, you want? Yeah, we lost. He'll log back on. So that question's for you. What are you doing to prepare yourself for that person, that spouse, your spouse, that mate, that
My
love.
spouse, my mate, that love, that one and only.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day, I'm working on me right now. You know, I'm in therapy. You know, because growing up as a black man, we was told not to show our emotions, not to cry, to
Mm-hmm.
be strong
Mm-hmm.
as a kid, and now I'm I'm learning stuff so I can relearn myself all over again, if that makes sense. Because I know in the past it hasn't worked on how I was doing things in the past. So now it's all about me, so I can be prepared and ready for that person, whoever she is, somewhere out there in the world. I don't know where, but she out there.
So I heard you say you're working on yourself and you're going to therapy. What type of things are you working on with
Watch
yourself?
out. It's a whole list. Watch
Okay,
out start.
just name like 2 or 3 things that you're working on.
Um, Showing emotions more.
Mm.
That's one. Um, Being more open, which I don't do, and just communicating better. Just
Okay.
communicating better. Yeah.
So thanks for sharing.
No problem.
So Kenneth, the question I asked is, what are you doing to prepare yourself for that one?
What am I doing to prepare myself for that one?
Yes.
Just working on myself, really. Working on, like I said, my goals, my morals, and actually understanding what do I really want from a woman that I really want to be with. You know what I mean? And then also, cutting off all, how I say, other aspects of women that are not what I want. So basically making sure, I'm not doing the same activities I used to do, just because only thing is, if you're a person of habit, if you do the same things, you're going to get the same results. So that's why, I figure out, shop a different avenue, make sure I change, the intentions, and at the end of the day, hopefully it comes a good different outcome.
That's what's up. When you say aspects, can you elaborate on that?
Well, when I say aspects, basically that's making sure, I don't talk to, how I said, if I met a girl at a club, this time I might meet a girl at a grocery store or at church, you know what I mean? In those places I never, go shopping or,
Yeah.
think about meeting somebody, at those places. But, you run into people that you don't even know that are looking for the same things you're looking for. But because your mind ain't on that at that time, you might actually, find you, like I said, a keeper.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of what I mean.
That's what's up. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
I got one more question for y'all. So when you talked about your experience with love, would you say that was dysfunctional love that you have experienced?
For me, yes, I definitely would say I had dysfunctional love, because most of mine was gold diggers, and that's just comes with the territory. And then at the same time, it was more so how I said, you kind of almost buying love, because people are around you when the money's good, but then when the money ain't there, like that, then they quick to turn, or either quick to kind of turn their back on how they actually met you, or things like that. So yeah, so I would definitely say it's dysfunctional, because all those questions that you would ask somebody, like before you get married, you should have a whole list of questions that you should be really answering and asking before you get to that point, So yeah, I didn't answer those questions. I was a workaholic. So yeah, I would say it was definitely dysfunctional.
What would you do differently to make sure that it's not dysfunctional love that you're operating out of?
A lot of them. No,
Okay,
no,
name or 1 or 2 things that you'll do differently to make sure you're not going in the dysfunctional way with the love.
So first, a gentleman actually had a very, very good, it was an old school, told me a very good question to ask a woman. and he told me to ask them to display to me Proverbs 31.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if a woman can recite Proverbs 31 or tell me the meaning, then that's a keeper.
Mm.
And I was like, interesting. You know what I mean? I never thought about it like that. But it also, you know, shows that she's in the book. She's also, you know, knows her stuff, and she's going to be a good partner to you in that sense. So, you know, that was one of the things. And then the other thing I would just say, you know, really eggs up those valuable questions. You know, I ask every woman now that I take on a date, hey, this is me ask you an honest to God question. If I was to get paralyzed from the waist down and I couldn't do anything but use my hands and my mouth, would you stay with me unconditionally without having sex with anybody else if I said no?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then see what that answer is. Because a lot of times, you know, they'll say yes and all this stuff, but you got to really boil it down to, hey, this is what it is, you know, because a lot of people, they just want that intimacy. And, you know, that's something that's really hard to grasp, but it's like, sure, you know, just the same as if a guy gets with a girl just because she looks beautiful. Yeah. But if she gets in a car accident tomorrow, if she get in a car accident tomorrow and all that beauty is gone, will you still stay with her? Because she's still the same person.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? She just don't look the same. Yeah. So, you know, those are valuable questions that you really have to ask yourself now.
Yeah. So, that's good. Yeah. That's good. Thanks for sharing. Ricky, I want to hear from you with that question. What was the question? So would you say the love that you experienced was dysfunctional love? If so, what would you do different going forward in another relationship?
And like what I'll do different is time. Give more time, being more open and listening instead of worrying about like taking care of things and letting things like flow on the plate as together. So if things need to be paid and she tell you, the baby, don't worry about it, we're gonna work it out. Don't kill yourself over it. And so like being more open and listening to what she has to say.
That's good.
And so, but it's just time. It's like that's one thing we can never, you know, get back is time. And so if you don't put time in and listen and tell her what she needs to know, what she needs to hear, and then it's not there. So just time and quality time too. So you can be all the time and be all with your kids and everything, but if you ain't putting that quality time and really being really affectionate to her, it ain't going nowhere.
Thanks for sharing. Jermaine, I'll ask you the same question. Was the love that you experienced, was it dysfunctional? And if it was dysfunctional, what would you do different going forward in the relationship?
So was it dysfunctional love? It was both. Well, I had a lot of dysfunctional love in my life. Right. Just being real.
So it was dysfunctional. So what would you do differently to make sure your next relationship, friendship, association would not have dysfunctional love or be rooted out of dysfunctional love? What will be your new foundation?
I mean, it starts with me first of making sure the person is like-minded as me, you know, make sure if something happened to them, to ask them if they're going to therapy or do they work on themselves. It's the same way as I did. I understand everybody are in different phases of their life when they go through things. Mm-hmm. Like you, for example, I know you probably going to therapy for about 5-6 years. Like other people you probably meet, probably just started or hasn't with. Right. So that gap right there, you got to meet them where they at and make it work. Mm-hmm. So me going forward, I would do a lot of things differently. I would, like I was saying earlier, I would communicate more. Mm-hmm. You know, I would pick their brain more, which I do that already with people. But at the same time, though, you know, with my job, I'm in the military, so I ask somebody a question like, if we together, and I lose some limbs or paralyzed from the waist down or something, are you still gonna be with me? Not just because of the money, just because you love me. Right. And like Kenneth said, you know, that's a hard question to answer because some people don't want that in life, and I saw that over the years by me being in. that a lot of people, male and female, they leave their spouses because they want that, but they, got married or what not the case, and said I do, and say you sick to better for worse, but worse hit, and they run on the first thing smoking,
Yeah.
which is not cool.
Right.
But yeah, so if I find somebody like that, I could be with them though, for real.
That's what's up. Thanks for sharing. I'll share my experience. Yes, my love experience was definitely dysfunctional. Okay, just tell you that right now, because I was looking for love in all the wrong places. I was looking for love for all the wrong reasons, and that was for someone to accept me for me, and I didn't even know who I was at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I would believe anything anybody would tell me, and I'm like, okay, that's me. That was 15, 20 years ago, but I'm definitely a whole different person now. I know who I am. But what I would definitely do differently is communicate. I was not, believe it or not, I was not a good communicator. I would hold all my feelings in. I wouldn't tell you about it. I'll get all angry. I'll get all frustrated and short. And I know men or anybody's not mind readers. And he'd be like, what's wrong? And I'd be like, nothing. What's wrong? Nothing. Even though there's like 15 things wrong, I wouldn't say it because as a kid, I wasn't allowed the space to express myself. And Kenneth, I remember sharing this with you in one of our first conversations is, as a kid, of course, we're told to be quiet, talk only when spoken to. A child is supposed to stay in a child's place, but we wasn't given the space to talk, let alone give emotions or give words to the emotions that we were feeling. So I took that all into a relationship. So when I was frustrated, I would act out. I would slam stuff. I would throw stuff. Like I was a horrible communicator. And now that I know how to be a communicator, now that I know how to put words with my emotions, sometimes I feel like I over communicate, but I think that I only over communicate to a person that doesn't know how to communicate themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather tell you how I feel about something and over communicate than not tell you at all. Because if I'm not allowed the space to tell you, then it's not going to be good for both of us at the end of the day. And that's why I think it's good. I talked about it a few podcasts ago when I talked about having check-ins with the person you're dating to see, how things are going. Are they going smooth? Do we want to take it to the next level? Do we want to call it quits? Is this working for us? You know what I'm saying? Are we coherent together, or should we just part ways? So now my questions are very intentional and strategic because I'm not out here dating to be dating. I'm dating to be married, and I'm dating to have a husband that can help me raise my son, who is 13 now. I don't need no booty call. I don't need a man that doesn't know himself and not willing to commit and want to have all these hoes and hoes out here. I did that in my 20s, you know what I'm saying? So I ask very strategic questions when I'm dating, and that lets me know, yeah, your mind isn't there. You know what I'm saying? We only can be friends. So I think asking questions in the dating stages are very important. I talk about that, I think, 2 podcasts ago. Make sure y'all go to my YouTube channel, like and subscribe. But I talked about the different levels of dating. And so I kind of broke down what my goals are and how I do dating, or break it down or whatever. So yeah, that's all I have to say in regards to love. Make sure y'all take out the time to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Rika Styles. I need 23 more subscribers to go live. I need y'all to support, okay? I got a son that's getting ready to graduate in 5 years. I need to make some money. I need to get paid by YouTube, okay? Just keeping it real. Just keep it real. Do y'all have any last regards as powerful, intelligent Black men? Do any of y'all or all three want to leave words of wisdom to the next brother that may be watching this?
All right.
I would say,
Go ahead. You got it.
well, I would say definitely, follow your heart and definitely express your emotions, because as men, we are told to bottle those emotions, you know what I mean? And It's just, the way of the world, it's not you being, some type of way just by expressing your emotions. You know what I mean? Because that's real. And same reason why a lot of us as Black people have mental problems is because we're bottling these emotions versus expressing them. So, just make sure you express your emotions, but do it in a productive way as well, too. So, yep.
All right, Ricky.
So my whole thing is that if you can give advice to 100 men, what advice would you give about relationships?
Mm-hmm. You asking me or you saying that?
Oh, yeah, I'm asking you.
You asking me? I would definitely say find yourself first and foremost. A lot of men are out here trying to find themselves through women, through what's between their legs at the end of the day. And that's not how you find yourself. So I would definitely say take the time to find out who you are, what your purpose is. If you have any unhealed wounds or trauma, seek therapy, because therapy is life. Therapy is power. Therapy is knowledge. At the end of the day, you learn a lot about yourself from a person giving you an outside perspective that don't know anything about you. So how can they judge you? So those would be the main things that I say. Jermaine, do you want to leave some words of wisdom to other Black men out here that might be watching this podcast?
Oh, sure. Hold on, my bad. I was chewing. First, know yourself. Number one, know yourself and love yourself first before you say you love somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And put the work in and work on you first before you try to go out here in these dating streets, as y'all call it. And try to date somebody, man, for real, because don't know, even women too as well. But me saying this in general, people don't want no person that's yelling and screaming, don't know how to communicate, and don't know how to act as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
So work on you first, and then from there, and love yourself every day, and then from there, go out and look for somebody who fits your criteria in life. He or she is out there somewhere, but just be patient and let that person come and keep doing you at the end of the day.
That's what's up. I appreciate all y'all for coming on today and speaking on behalf of our powerful Black men. Y'all enjoy y'all nights. I love you all. And thanks again for hopping on and being vulnerable with me. Make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Rika Styles, on YouTube or whatever. Like I said, I need 23 more subscribers to go live on YouTube. And y'all enjoy y'all night. And remember, be bold, be blessed, be beautiful. Most of all, be you. Good night, y'all.